Hey there, Wes Dove with Dove Development Consulting. I want to give a special message. Usually I do this on a Sunday or a Monday, and it's tied to what to expect in a daily dose of leadership. That's not the purpose today. I want to announce something that Cindy and I are going to be doing next Tuesday, March 24th. And it's really on the heels of just some of the uncertainty that we're facing right now with the coronavirus and concerns and things like that. It's just spread across the globe and some of the things. So in a daily dose of leadership this week, I'm touching on some things that Napoleon Hill outlined in his 1937 Think and Grow Rich, and he goes into in a manuscript he wrote in 1938 that wasn't released in 2000 until 2011 called Outwitting the Devil. He really talks about six basic fears, and two of those fears, the two top fears, the fears that we're seeing really cause all this uncertainty today are the fear of ill health and the fear of poverty. And quite honestly, those two things I think is really the primary basis for what we're seeing in the grocery stores, in society, and the stock market, in just about everything as we see empty shelves and we see the Dow Jones Industrial Average dipping and so many different things that are just creating turmoil for a lot of folks to deal with. Now, Cindy and I have had to change a lot of schedules around some different work we had with clients on site. We're doing a lot more virtually, and praise God for that opportunity. We're thankful for that technology. What we're going to do on March 24th is we're going to do a complimentary session we've developed over the last while, and quite honestly, it might change what we end up doing later in the year. We plan to do this publicly, and so we might have to change that, but to be determined. But the session we're going to share at no cost, and for anybody that participates in this session, we're going to give you a special bonus. But I'm not going to tell you what that is, but I'm going to promise that it's going to be a value of a minimum of 75 bucks. And for anybody that just shows up and goes through the webinar with us. And we're going to offer some extra special stuff too, based on some of the virtual and digital packages that we've got available. Now, that three keys to an effective leadership transition, that lesson is something that we put together a while ago. We've shared it a time or two virtually. Not many people have seen it, but it's something that really hits on some factors that we've seen everybody moving into a leadership role for the first time, or quite honestly, moving into a different leadership role from the one they've had, is going to deal with in some way, shape, or form. And those three things. One is it's communication. How do we deal with that? Those are hurdles that we run into, and we're going to cover those hurdles in a pretty deep way, and we're going to provide some feedback on here's steps you can take to overcome those hurdles. So hence the keys to an effective leadership transition. The second thing after communication, because communication is typically the first and foremost, the second thing is really changing that thought process from here's what I was great at as an individual contributor to here's how I've got to get results through a team of people, instead of it just being me as the person doing it. I've got to get results through a team. I've got to work through people and not just how I can do things great. And then the third thing that we're going to look at is how can you as an individual, as a leader, become effective at developing a plan for ongoing personal and professional growth and development. Now, all of those three things are absolutely critical. We're going to talk about how it hits people so hard and how we can work through them, the keys to overcoming those hurdles, if you will. And we're also going to map out, here's some things you can do ongoing. Now, with that said, the reason we're doing this live, the reason we're doing it at no cost, we want to get it to as many people as we possibly can, because right now we've got a lot of uncertainty, and that's where leadership is really exposed. It's not where it's built, it's where it's exposed. Gosh, it's relatively simple to lead when everything's going well. And quite honestly, leaders aren't paid for being successful when things are going well. Leaders are paid for leading successfully when things aren't going well, when there's times of uncertainty, when there's crisis in place, and so on. And that's what really differentiates. And we want to provide as many of those tools as we possibly can for you to impact the people you lead, because I promise you, wherever you're seeing this message, people that you work with, people that report to you, people that you have responsibility for really helping move forward, they've got fears and concerns, and we want to be able to bless you so you can in turn bless them. So look forward to seeing you on that. Wherever you're seeing this video, there's a link to register through the Eventbrite page we've got set up. There's no cost, again, and once you get registered through Eventbrite, I'll add you to the calendar invitation that has the login information, and the day before and about an hour before, we'll send out the information through a separate email so you have all the login detail. You can join us live. It's going to be at 3:30 p.m. on Tuesday, March 24th. Again, three keys to to an effective leadership transition. No cost to you. We want to bless you. It's through Zoom, so we can social distance, we can virtual high five, we can do whatever we need to do to follow the suggested precautions. But again, we want to provide this information and a few special things that we'll announce during that session to you, so we can be a blessing, not just to you, but the teams and the people that you lead and impact, and hopefully that even cascades out into their families and so on. So we look forward to seeing you soon. We want to work through all this together and be a blessing to the folks that we touch. So have a great day. Talk to you soon. God bless.